So hey guys, and welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be going through something very important. As you know, we've been building Polymarket bots on this channel, and I'll be now going through how I actually get the live feeds for the up and down markets, as it wasn't straightforward and there wasn't any sort of repository or anyone who had put it in a standardized way before. So I'll just show you where Alp is first, and then after that I'll go through the code a bit. So of course this is on my local server. I get the GitHub to you guys. You can put this on the actual server. And let me just do this for today. And all this does is it gets the live up and down ask prices for the Polymarket up down markets, and you can specify tickers if you want. I put 11 tickers, so that's why it's running quite a lot here, but you can see this is exactly what you get from the output. So for each stock you get the best ask price, the amount, the size that's available, so the number of shares, the token ID, and then the total ask like of the whole order book, and then you get the exact same thing from the up. So for up and down markets, the main things you need is the best down price, the best up price, and then how many shares are actually available for each one. So yeah, that's the output of the code. This will be available on the GitHub. So yeah, if you want to go through the code with me, then stick for the video. But if you just want the code, then head over to GitHub. You can serve it on your own server and then ping it with whatever bot you have. That's what I do currently. Every time I run like my notebook that actually trades, it hits this endpoint on the server, it gets the best up and down prices, and it identifies if there's a trade or not based on my models. But yeah, this is the only route, so it's basically a server with only one endpoint. You can add more endpoints if you need, but it takes a date string, as you saw, like you just put today's date in year, month, day format, and then yeah, just some error handling here. If there's no date, then it will just throw errors, and then it also accepts tickers. So let me just show you this quickly. And ticker, yeah. So if you don't want all the 11 stocks, you can just put Apple and you can see it's much faster now. So you can specify what tickers you want. They have to be on Polymarket, of course. That's the other thing to say. And then yeah, it will basically just return the JSON of this live Bexel date function. So what this function does, quite explanatory really. It takes the dates, it takes the tickers, and then it basically loops for each ticker. For each ticker, it goes to Polymarket and gets the token ID, so up and down, and it gets all the data. So I'll be going through that quickly. So this is, let's say for Apple, it will get the market. So what get the market does is basically goes to the Gamma API, which is this here. Gamma, so it's Polymarket's own API. You don't even need an API key for this. You can hit it constantly. There is rate limiting, but I've never hit it, so it should be fine. I think it's like a lot of requests per minute, so you shouldn't be hitting any limits, especially for code like this with 11 stocks. But basically, it will get the market, and Slug4 just builds a slug. So for Polymarket, it has an identifier which is called a slug, and that's how it knows what market is. So it's just the ticker's lower name, up or down on, and then the date, basically. The date is just constructed from the date you give. Again, they take the actual month, so not a day, and then yeah, day and year stay the same, but they take the actual like I don't know what this is called, like the month in like name format, I guess. So yeah, you'll be getting the market for that specific slug, and then you get this. This is the token ID you receive from M. So M is just the return basically from the get market. If there's no market, then it returns none, but there's always a market as long as you put the right tickers. So then you get the up and down tokens IDs, and then from that you will be able to see basically the whole order book. So we do it separately. So you get the up book first. So fetch live book for the up token ID, and what fetch live book does is it again just uses the get request for the book and the token ID, and it returns the response for that book, which contains everything you need. Like it's basically the whole order book that you can see on the UI, the best ask, like all the asks, the size per ask, the amount per ask, everything you can need. We do the same for the down book, and then again, if there's an error here, we just skip the token. And then the last thing I want, because my strategy, well, as everyone's strategy should rely on, is on the best ask. So I basically take the well, it depends for which one, but if it's for up, you can see best ask here. Where is it? Yeah, best ask. So it takes the minimum. So you want the lowest price possible. You want to pay the cheapest price for a binary option. And then again, it's the exact same thing for the down ask. You just get the best ask again. You want to pay the lowest price possible. So it's the minimum. And again, all of this is on the token IDs. And then this is just building the return that you saw from the API. So we keep the token IDs in case you want to recheck them. We keep the best ask. We also keep the size the best down ask, the down ask size, and then the total order book volume basically. And we just return it and you loop that for each ticker. So if anything was unclear there, then yeah, just let me know in the comments. I'll maybe go for it slower, or if you want a specific part, then just let me know. But again, all this code does is it's just one part, a tiny part of an entire model that I run daily. It basically just gives me the up ask, the best up ask, the best down ask, and how much there is on each side of the order book. And then my model itself sees if there's a discrepancy between the model probabilities and the Polymarket probabilities, including the margin, of course. If the margin is huge, there's basically never a trade. But underneath 4% margin, the model can identify inefficiencies in the Polymarket order book, and it will place trades automatically, or it will tell me what to do and I have to place it because I have to use a VPN. But you could connect it to Polymarket API and have a completely automated model running. So yeah, this is just one part of a tiny it's just a tiny piece of a whole jigsaw, right? This is only getting the live up and down prices from Polymarket. You need the model, you need the back testing, and you need the live execution. But still, we've gone through that already on the channel. If you have any questions or anything, just go to the past videos. And again, happy to explain the code, happy to go through how the model works if you guys have any questions.